make it as a vars dictionary, and NTP server is your variable, and times.google.com is your uh, NTP server. Okay, and if you go to the web server tasks and main.yaml, then you see three dashes, and then all the tasks are listed here. So in this template, now we used ntp.conf this file. So I moved this j2 file, ginger2 file, the template file, into templates folder. Okay, you see here templates, and if you want to run this one, what we were using yesterday, main.yaml. Okay, ansible playbook. I will share you. I'll share you this playbook. Okay, inventory, and then main.yaml. Because I have issue with my host 3, it's not reachable. I mean to say it's powered off, so that's the reason you see that host 3 is unreachable. But rest of the tasks are running on the host 2. Okay, and so this is the way, like, to to make a role. And now till now we saw that how to automate your Linux machine. So that is inside your Linux machine. Suppose if you want to create a machine on your remote cloud, and and automate those tasks using this particular playbook, like, now you have a ready-made machine available here. uh, you have a target host, and you are making changes on the host. Okay, but if you want to create a new host in your cloud, and then make the same changes on that cloud, so how to do that one? So let me show you. Let me log into the cloud. So I have Azure and AWS. Okay, this is my AWS portal. So I don't have any instance running here. Now use Ansible, and then uh, and start your mission, provision your mission on the cloud. Okay, to know more about this one, Ansible, then go to EC2. So if you go to the docs, you can see the EC2 module here. Okay, and here it will show you, so what are the required minimum requirements for to run this module, that is greater than Python 2.6 version, and Boto. So how to confirm whether we have those things, like RPM -QA, or just give the Python -version So now we have greater than 2.6, right? And if you want to and see whether how to install the Boto, use pip command and install Boto. So it said this is already installed. So if this is not installed, then it will download some packages and it will get installed on your Ansible machine. And so what are the required parameters in this one? So assign public IP. Does it require? No. And so these are mandatory. We can give the access keys in your access keys and secret keys are nothing but uh, to access your cloud. So you should have these two keys. Okay. And how many missions you required? Count one, or you can give the minimum is number one, and you can give the n number of missions. And what are the other things? Groups. So security group. So you need security group uh, mm, to provide security access to that particular machine. And this is the image, and you have to provide the image ID, and that's it. And you have to provide the region. Region is also important. Region is nothing but you want to US East or US West, wherever you want. You have. Let's go and see the manual way of doing the instance. Okay, launch instance, and this is your image ID. You saw this image here, right? This one, image ID, and this image ID. This is your image ID. This one. This is your image ID. Note this one. And then like select this one and review and launch. I'm selecting all the default files. So my security group name is Linux, and I say that it should connect to the SSH and protocol of TCP, and the port is 22, and it should be allowed by all the machines. Review and launch. Okay. Wait for few minutes. Let it get download. This is my key to connect. Now see, now press the launch. Okay, I acknowledge and launch instance. This is the manual way of launching the instance. Go here in the EC2. Now the instance is getting initialized. It's in the pending state, and it is checking. So instance state should be ready. So let's wait for 2 more seconds, 2 more minutes. Then this machine will get. Okay, now see the instance is running now. Okay, and copy your DNS. This is your address of your machine. So with this you can connect it from anywhere. So let's see. I'm going to connect it from my machine. This is our Ansible machine. SSH -I data. What is my key name? Okay, SSH key name is one. And what is the user by default user of Amazon is EC2-user, and then the machine name. Okay, so here I am not using any password. Instead of password, I'm using the keys. This is my keys from the Amazon which I downloaded, and I'm trying to connect this machine using my keys. Okay, now I logged into the machine. So 7.3 is my machine, and host name of this machine is this one, IP 172.internal. This is my Amazon machine. Now you saw all the manual process. Now let's do it through Ansible without logging to this site. Okay. So let's see one example here. You saw this one, right? Let's write a program. Okay. Now aws.yml is my playbook. By default, you have to use 3 hyphens, then hyphen host. Here I give the local host because now we are running it on the remote machine. So for that reason, we don't provide anything here. And here we use tasks. So I'm writing this playbook in a single file. So I'm not making it as a role in the task. What is the what is that you need to use? What are the parameters you require here? AWS key hyphen EC2 column I'm just following this example. Okay, and then we just provide the AWS keys here, and this is your security key. Okay, what is the third one you required here? Image name. Okay, that is image. I know that we just copied the image, right? That is AMI B63769A1. B63769A1. Okay. Then you have to give the instance type. Security key I gave default, or you can use Linux one, and count how many missions you required. I required only one mission. So you need a VPC subnet in here, and I don't have details about subnet, so I just give the normal empty and then you have to give the region, which region you required. So I need US hyphen EA East hyphen 1. Okay, and let's. So I gave the group. I just gave the count, and here the weight is equals yes. Weight equals to yes. Okay, now I need to provide the keys for this one. Give me a minute. I'm just taking my keys from the website. I'll pause for a minute. Okay, I just copied my keys here. So I'm going to delete these keys after this class. If not, everyone can they can use my AWS account using these keys. Okay. So here I said I'm running EC2 module. Okay, and I'm sorry, syntax is wrong here. Okay. So here I gave the access keys, and this is my secret key. And if you see my machine, if you see my machine, this is my T2 micro. Okay, instance type is T2 micro, and image. Earlier we took this image, right? This image. So that is my AMI, and wait for yes till that machine gets launched. And group is default, and count is 1, and VPC subnet, assign public IP, no, and which region you want. I want it in the US East, that is North Virginia. See, if you see here, US East. Okay, run the Ansible playbook, AWS. So to get this keys, you should have a AWS account. Okay, now the task is running. Now let's see. Here I'm refreshing this one. See here, the second one is running here. Earlier it was only one. Now the new one has created using this one. If you see here, the new one is created. Now run this script once again. It will create one more. Now the task EC2 task is running. See here. So with this Ansible playbook, I was able to create one more mission on this my AWS account. So in this way you can, so once the mission is done, and you can add the role to this playbook, saying that roles colon, and give the whatever the roles you want to run it on your remote machine. So uh, those will be run using this one. Let's log into this two missions. We'll wait for their IP address. Okay. So this is my new mission's IP. Now try how to Okay, SSH hyphen I, your key. This is my key. EC2 hyphen user at the rate host name. Okay, so why did it is not connecting? Let's see. Go to the end of the file. Now I said security group is default. Okay, because I said security group is default, and so the default doesn't have the permission to uh, create to connect it. So let's terminate this one. I'm just deleting them. Go to the program. Here I said group is default, right? I'm checking the, I'm using the Linux. So I created a security group using with the name Linux, which it will only connect to 22 port. Okay, run the program again. So running this script will create machines on this your AWS account, and this will result in the cost for running these instances on your AWS. So be careful while you are doing this one. So it's creating a new mission. This one, the first one is the new mission. Still it's in pending state. Let's wait for the running state. Okay, and so what is my security groups? I gave the Linux, right? So Linux is my security group. So what is the security group rules? So in this rule it says inbound port port 22 allowed by everyone. Okay, and copy this public DNS. Okay, I just copied, and now again SSH hyphen I, and then EC2 hyphen user at the rate this one. Why? Still it's in the initialized state. Let's wait till it's get this green mark. And one more mistake we did is we did not assign any key here. Okay, and in this so here is the key name, and we forgot this key name, and now go here, delete all my machines, terminate. Okay, so I made a mistake in the playbook. Let's again aws.yaml, go here, key underscore name, that is this is my key name. Okay, and Run this one. Now check. So this is in pending state. So it's a new machine, the second one. Now what is the public DNS? This is your DNS. Now check whether you have everything. So I have the key and I have the security group set. Okay, and now let's try. And this is my key, ec2-user @ and the hostname. Here you go. So you logged into the machine. This is your default machine created in the. So now it is Red Hat 7.3 machine in the Amazon. So in this way, like you can use other other modules, and you can do the automation task on your cloud. So this is one of the module I said, but you can see n number of modules in AWS. Okay, give me a minute. I'm just going to delete my keys for now. Any questions till now? Did you understand how to?
So Shankar, that
Mm-hmm.
server name, it will change every time you log in there.
In AWS, the uh, server names are different, and so every time you spin a mission, so they are they are addressed using instance ID, but uh, not the host name. So every time you log into a machine, uh, the machine will have the host name, but every time you log in, it will not change. It will be the same. One moment, I'm just removing this. For security purpose, I'm just removing. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Now you understood, right, how to create. So I'm exiting from the machine. So in this way, you can manage your cloud. For if you want to access to the Azure, so you have the option to go with the Azure, and for Azure, you again Ansible Azure module. Okay. For Azure cloud, you will have. Let's log into Azure portal. So I'm showing you the Azure portal, but will not have time to show how to create an instance in Azure using Ansible module, but I can just go through this uh, portal and module. Okay, so this is the Azure portal, and here you have virtual machines, app services, and security, monitor, subscriptions. So all these things are can be managed using your Ansible. Let's go to the Ansible module. So this is your Ansible module. So so how we used EC2 module to create the instances on Amazon. So in the same way, you can use Azure module to create it. So for this one also same, like you should have the Python 2.6, and you should have the uh, mm, module for Python. So to install this one Python Azure module, you have to use pip install Azure. Okay, this command will install the prerequisites for the Azure for Azure authentication and to communicate with Azure. And again, in the same way, you will find one example in the down. So you can use this example. So earlier we used EC2 here. Now you are using Azure, and again the same thing. There it's image name, image, and here it is name, and role is nothing but in the EC2, like you it is like instance type. This is type. T2 micro is in AWS. Here it is small. So if you know how to use module on one of the clouds, so you can do the same thing with the other vendors using the syntaxes like. And see, so when I was doing, I was facing some issues. In the same way, to one by one you can troubleshoot, and you can automate your cloud. So with this Azure module, you can create one Linux machine on the remote host, and after that, you can use our web server role to install the web server and NTP configure NTP on that particular host. This is all for with the Ansible, and I did not teach you all the modules and all the modules, and in the loops also you have multiple loops. So if you just type the Ansible and loops, so you can see a lot of loops in this documentation. You can practice one by one, and every loop will have one example. See, this is standard loop, so which we used with underscore item. I taught you this one, but you can use the nested loops. So nested loop in the sense, with Alice client B, Alice employee DB, Alice provide DB. With combination it will print again with Bob client DB, with Bob employee DB. So there are multiple loops here, so you can practice them with the same example, just by changing these dictionaries. So any questions? But before that, before that you should have AWS account. For AWS account, uh, just go to aws.com and sign into the console. Then you will see, if you are new to this environment, then use the I am a new user and give your email address or mobile number. Then uh, then you sign in. Then it will it will run through the process saying how to create your account, and also at the end it will ask your credit card or debit card. I think it will take your credit card details. So you can after logging to this machine, You can use the free tier to practice Ansible. You can use the free tier. If you go to EC2 and there are free tiers where they don't charge you for 750 hours. So go to the launch, okay, and select this one, free tier only. Then it will display all the Linux OSs like Amazon, Red Hat, SUSE, Ubuntu, and Windows. You see Windows images also. So if you select these free tier images, you will not get charged. So till now for the class I was using the free tier, and you can delete them once you are done with your practice. Okay. Any questions till now, or something you did not understand? Now let me know your lab issues. I'll help you in I'll help you in troubleshooting your class lab sessions.
Yeah, Shankar, I'm Daud.
Yeah, the
So the issue is that I couldn't make the server from DH to dynamic DHCP to static,
mm-hmm,
and also I was trying to play some playbooks, execute
mm-hmm,
some playbooks.
mm-hmm.
So I uploaded two other servers as a remote servers. One is Red Hat and the other one is CentOS.
Okay,
But the client one is CentOS.